One of the things that Forum for the Future does is to bring together representatives of companies in big sectors, big industries. People hadn't really looked at the performance of the shipping industry from a sustainability perspective until about 5 years ago, and then suddenly people began to think, this is big. This is a big industry with big impacts on people, communities, on the environment, on climate change. So we felt it was important to establish a consortium of companies across the whole value chain to come together to explore what a genuinely sustainable shipping industry would look like in the year 2040. Some people have been a little bit skeptical about picking a date so far in the future. 2040 is, after all, quite a long way away. The truth is, if a big company ordered, commissioned and built a big ocean-going ship now, its lifetime would be at least 30 years. So if you're going to influence this industry, you have to take into account very long lifetimes for these very expensive vessels.
One of the biggest challenges facing the industry is fuel. Around 3% of global emissions of CO2 are from shipping. And also, we're likely to see a change in the price of fuel, rapid change in the price of fuel over the next even 10 years. So the shipping industry needs to think very carefully and very cleverly about how it fuels its fleet.
One of the most heartening things is the spread of companies that we've got involved in this and their readiness to step up to the plate and join us in this initiative.
How can we get these 40% CO2 emissions down? Well, surely by reducing the truck mileage that we have on the road transportation, by improving the efficiency of the means and the vessels that we use.
How can we make the big step changes that are going to ensure that a critical part of a mining business, the supply chain, the delivery to our customers, becomes fundamentally more sustainable?
This is an excellent initiative because what it does is it takes sustainability in the round. It obviously looks at the environmental responsibilities of the shipping industry, but it also acknowledges that this is a vital business for the whole world because, quite frankly, shipping provides the trade which is the lifeline of global economy and global society.
This year we've ordered 20 what we call Triple E ships, and these ships are going to be setting a benchmark for not only how ships are designed but also operated. So these ships will be very efficient from a carbon point of view, but it will also carry with them what's called a cradle-to-cradle passport. So an inventory of all the materials that's gone into building that ships, allowing us to take that ship apart and reuse all the materials in future vessels as well.
Collaboration is extremely important. It's really by learning from best practices. It's about sharing ideas and living in the blue ocean in that sense, that you're really stretching your mind and together then creating something bigger.
For Cargill as a company, it's very important to be seen as part of the solution rather than part of the problem. We are involved in several projects. One of them is the SkySail project, whereby we are testing out placing a sail on one of our any size vessels to see if we can obtain certain savings on energy consumption and also on emissions.
It's about technological development. How do you find the forms of propulsion, the fuels to burn, the ways of removing harmful substances from your emissions? How do we do that, and how do we have the technological platforms, and how do we finance those technologies? All of that, those are all the questions that we at Carnival are asking ourselves, and we're already beginning to find some ways through, which is really positive indeed.
Innovating in shipping will mean a lot of investment will have to be supported by bank financing, and that's what we do, of course. So we're also in there to understand and actually drive and shape the business opportunity.
This has been quite a while in the making, from the inception to the plan of action, which raised all the different challenges that we face, to the launch of the vision today, the 2040 vision, to the work that will be done in 2012 on 4 main areas of concern about the future of the shipping industry, and then moving through at the end of the year into targeted action plans to improve performance against all of those different aspects of the vision. For me, sustainability doesn't mean an end to global trade, far from it. So we need that process of moving goods around the world, moving people around the world by ship. We need that to be as sustainable as it possibly can be.
If you look back and you think what mankind has achieved, the miracles that we've achieved, of course, we as a shipping industry can do this and we can meet our goals.